Hi, welcome back to the Pause Challenge Day 5. I'm Monica, and the Pause Challenge is all about stopping, slowing down, thinking about something that's important to you, and getting the answers from within. As an entrepreneur now for over 12 years, I've noticed that we can just go, and hustle. And oftentimes in our going and our hustling, we don't get the best answers. Because the best answers come when we take a minute to slow down and check in. In fact, this is something that I found so important with my clients that I actually wrote a book about it. It's called Pause, 52 Questions That Lead to More Time and Money. And for the next 10 days together, or 5 more, we are going to be stopping and pausing together. So let's get started. Take a deep breath with me. Take another deep breath. And take a third deep breath. Now, it has been proven that when you actually relax, that different parts of your brain light up. So your prefrontal cortex, this is the front of your brain, is the brain that's like, oh my gosh, this is what I have to do, this is the paper I have to write, this is the newsletter I have to go out, this is the client that has to be followed up with, and it's going, talking. Now, interestingly enough, your prefrontal cortex is not actually responsible for creativity and intuition, which is where some of your best ideas come from. So there's other parts of your brain that light up when you allow your prefrontal cortex to get quiet. And those other parts of your brain are the ones around creativity, intuition, insight, getting ideas, and solving problems in new and interesting and easier ways. So we need to relax. We need to relax our prefrontal cortex. We need to give ourselves permission to daydream. We need to give ourselves permission to stop. Now, I remember one particular year, this has always been sort of a challenge for me. Like, how do you really relax? And how do you really relax when you've got other people around you? There was a particular year where we were doing a tour stop, and it was a one-day event. We were doing it in San Francisco. We had a great, successful one-day event. It was fantastic. And we got home that night, and we were staying with 2 of our very, very best friends in San Francisco. And I was with my husband, Jay. And so he, like, anyone who would want to have fun with our friends, planned with them a brunch the next morning. So we got up at like 10 a.m., we went out to brunch, and as we're sitting there at brunch, I'm like grumpy, I'm not saying anything, I'm really quiet in the corner. They're all drinking mimosas and awesome fun cocktails and ordering food, and I'm not drinking anything, and I'm just really quiet. And Jay's trying to make up for my demeanor. He's being funny, he's sort of apologizing, saying Monica's just tired, but the whole time I'm really grumpy. And on the way back, they were walking in front of us, and Jay and I were walking behind, and I just started to pick a fight with him about just anything and everything. And there was no need for the fight, and there was no need for my grumpiness, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And for the next couple days, I was just pissed off. I was pissed off at him, I was pissed off at my business, and it didn't occur to me that there might be something else at play. And then finally, about 4 days later, I'm walking on a really quiet path. It's the same wooded path that I walk on most days. And I had chosen to spend an extra hour walking that day because I had the time and things had finally come down from the event. And all of a sudden, I just felt really peaceful. And I felt really good. Better than I had felt in days. And I got really clear that what was going on was that I didn't know how to soothe myself. I didn't know how to relax. I didn't know how to take care of myself after something like a big event. I am an introvert, so going out to brunch with a bunch of people after a live event where I had just exerted tons of external energy and talked to tons of people, not the best solution for me. In fact, that is a recipe to make me really grumpy and really unhappy. And that's what happened. And since that day, I've learned that to really relax, it's not just about doing the quote-unquote relaxing things. You know, it's not like you can just take what everybody else does, like go out to brunch or get a drink or go to a party, because you have your own recipe for what you need to relax. And so, end this pause challenge day 5. I want everybody to take a deep breath with me. And then take another deep breath. And I want you to think back to a moment where you felt really, truly relaxed. What were you doing? Were you alone or were you with other people? If you were with other people, what were you doing with them? Were you doing something creative? Were you eating? Were you hanging and being silent? Were you doing a yoga class? If you were alone, what were you doing? Were you writing? Were you sitting and daydreaming? Were you walking? When did you last feel really relaxed? Just take a moment to think about it, and if you've got pen and paper, go ahead and write it down. And if you've already got the pause book with you, this exercise is on page 57 of the book. And now I want you to ask yourself, how can I do more of that? How can I plan to be able to really relax? To do the things that I need to do for me? The wind's really blowing out here. And I'm going to ask you one final question, and I'd love for you to write this one down. How am I going to plan more relaxing into my day and into my week to take care of myself from the inside out so that I can be more successful as an entrepreneur? Now, today is the perfect day to get started. Whether you're working today, whether you're taking today off, I want you to take a moment and do one thing that is truly relaxing for you, even if it's just 5 minutes. Because in that moment, you're going to turn off your prefrontal cortex, you're going to turn on your creativity, your intuition, your inspiration, and everything gets easier after that. Now, if you want to pause with me some more, be sure to check out our Pause for Profit program. It's a 4-week program where we come together each week and we go inwards. We discuss questions like the ones we did today, and we get answers for what's the best way to truly get better results and to make everything be easier and with more grace. The link is in the title of the video, and it's also in the comments below. Here's some more relaxing for all of us.